Yo, what's good? You know what it is. You are rocking with another episode of No More Timeouts. You know you fucking with your boy Roche and JJ. Hey, yo, man, what's good, boy?
What's
Cheers,
up,
brother.
brother? How you doing? Cheers, my guy. What's up?
Mm,
It's the weekend.
cheers. It's the
Come
weekend.
on, it's football season. You,
Yep.
you moving around this weekend? What you doing?
I'm actually going to the city of Sin this weekend, man. I'll be out
Okay.
there just for a quick little family party. I'm actually not going to do what I usually do, which is gamble. Y'all know me. I got a problem, but at least I accept it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go see fam, chill, maybe pull up on some of my boys that are out there really quick. Honestly, it's probably just
Yeah.
gonna be a quick little 36-hour thing for me. Like I might not even be there 24 hours to be honest with you, because I want to
Okay.
come back and watch the game, hopefully, and sit down. And even though I'm scared, but it don't matter though, because we want to know, so it don't
Want
really
to
matter.
know,
We want to
right?
know. That's all I care about.
You can't say nothing if you not want to know. So let's just
Right.
say that. So this weekend, one of my friends out here, one of my guys I went to college with, it's his birthday and he's having a paintball party. Now I've actually
So,
never went paintballing. So
so shit.
what you got for me? I don't even know what to expect. What should I
um,
expect?
I'll say this: just shoot first.
Shoot
Like
first.
that's my best. That's my best idea for you. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head low, man.
Okay. Okay.
It's funny. Most people will tell you when you paintball, wear layers because
Yeah.
but you
Two
don't want to.
bruises.
You don't want to seem like no little bitch out there, so you don't want to be layered up. So niggas is talking shit. It's funny. It's a fun thing to play. Me and my boys just do that shit all the time, dude. Paintball,
Okay.
it's cool. It's a very tactical thing when you think about it, but just don't have no fear. At the end of the day, it's a pain. It's a ball. It's not gonna hurt you
Sure.
that
Yeah.
much.
Let's have a good time.
Yeah, but some people do. They get hit with it. They get welted. It's a wrap. Crying.
They're ready to go. All right.
We're
All
ready
right.
to
I'm
go.
ready. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Hope for this one, man. It's gonna be fun. But
Hey,
a lot to get into, man. A lot to get into. Let's start with the first game that kicked off week 2 last night. Eagles Vikings. Man, they put up a lot of points. I think you said earlier we were just chatting. It was -6 the
yeah,
line, and it
minus
was
six.
plus 49 was the over, and it definitely hit on the over.
Yeah.
So what do you think about watching that game last night?
Man, it was a great game. It was a good game to see. There was definitely a lot of things to see from it. It sucks to see a team that's so good as the Vikings go 0-2. But at the end of the day, they did play. The first game they really should have won, but the second game they are playing the last year's AFC champions. So it is one of those things where, I'm sorry, no,
NFC.
AFC
Yeah.
champion. Yes. Yeah, NFC champions. Sorry. NFC champions. And they at the end of the day, that's not an easy feat. It's not something that you can climb a mountain and just think you're gonna get there so easily. But they put up a battle and I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed seeing the game. I just love football regardless. It was a good game. Shout out to DeAndre Swift. That boy went off on my bench, but he went off. And it was amazing to see and deal with.
You can't trust the Eagles running backs. I feel like even when they put the starter out, they had 4 people as their starter. They had Rashad
Yeah,
Penny, they had Gainwell, they had Swift, they had what was it, Boston Scott. They had all
Boston
4 of
Scott.
them as their first starting running back last week. So
Yeah,
as a fantasy football owner, like who do you trust with that?
man, that's the hardest thing. I think the one thing when it comes to that, you just go with what they have shown you. And Gainwell has always been in the game since even like years prior. He's always
Yeah.
been in the game on crucial drives, when it's time to really really get some points and stuff like that. So, but funny thing is, I say that, but I didn't even follow it. I even picked Gainwell up and dropped his ass. Like, man, just because at the end of the day, he's not a household name, so it's kind of hard
He's
for
not.
people to really want to keep him. But yeah, it's hard. But DeAndre Swift had a good game. He had 175 yards last night, one tug, just one catch for like a couple catches for like 6 yards. But he played a good game. I think he showed his worth. I really feel that people were counting him out over these years. Really, were definitely saying maybe his time has passed him. And I feel like he showed that he can be a every down back. And I hope that they ride that. At the end of the day, the Eagles, when they had that, they were good. Last year with Sanders, really good. Last time they had a really solid running back, like even the Brian Westbrook days, they were good. Every time they had a good running back, they went somewhere. Like even the year they won the Super Bowl, they had Jay Ajayi, and that was actually he was balling that year. Like so, I think that they need to stick to that. But it sucks being a running back for them because once it's on that 1 yard line, you know what's coming, bro. The butt push, the butt push him
Yeah,
across.
it's the toughest play in NFL history to stop. To be honest with you,
For real.
nobody knows how to stop it, and even people are trying to call to get it illegal now. It's like, no,
Yeah,
bro, you guys got to learn how to
yeah,
stop it.
yeah.
You can't be
I
mad at
think
it.
next year's. I promise you, next year is gonna be banned.
Probably
Promise you.
because people be crying too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Probably.
You just won't be able to push them. You can run it. You just won't be able to push them.
It's
Watch. I
crazy, bro.
promise
You
you,
guys
bro.
got to learn how to stop
Yeah.
it.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
but for me, I feel like this game was it was sloppy for the Vikings. They had 4 turnovers last week or yesterday, and you're not going to win any NFL games. You have 4 turnovers. I don't care who you are. I don't care you Pat Mahomes. No matter, you're not going to beat anybody with 4 turnovers. But from the Eagles side, it's sloppy sometimes. It is sloppy.
Yeah.
It's not hitting like it was, and obviously it's only week 2 for them, but
Mhm,
I'm not seeing the same energy that I saw last year.
mhm.
And I, I I know I picked them for the Super Bowl on this pod last week, but the Cowboys and Niners have a really good chance to knock them off. And I
Yeah.
gave you that stat last week that somebody hasn't won the NFC East back-to-back years in the last 20 years. So the
Yeah.
Cowboys, hey, y'all got to get it together. This is your
Look.
year, seriously.
First of
This
all,
is
let's
your
be
year.
honest. Let's be honest about these cowgirls. Look, you gonna have me and Drew fighting because Drew for the listen to this would be hot. Because I would tell you, this is the second episode we talked about his Cowboys. Let's be honest with the cowgirls here. They played the Giants, and the Giants.
Fair.
Let's be honest, are bums. Like not that bad of bums, but they're bums in my eyes. I feel like last year was a fluke run. Everybody has one. They ended
Ooh.
with a good schedule, good games, and they took some teams by surprise. I get it, but I don't think they are who they say they are. And then especially you signed Darren Waller, and he's doing exactly what he did to us to y'all. So
Hey, them hamstrings
that's
are
what it is.
weak. Hey,
Hey,
we,
weak.
we we already knew. We already knew what was gonna happen. I'm not trying
Them
to hate on the man, but
them them $40 million hamstrings is weak, bro. You
them
know what I'm saying?
hamstrings weak.
But just to kind of go back to that, and also to the game, it was a good. The game was good. It was good to see another Thursday night game that was good. I feel like Thursday night games for the past like 2-3 years have been like trash, just straight trash. Like it's been to the point like it's like, bro, what is the point? Why are we even showing this shit on TV? You know what I'm saying? Put a college game on at this point. You know
But
what I'm saying? They
a
needs to
lot
be
of
bad.
the yeah, a lot of the matchups were bad matchups too. There was like Panthers
Yeah.
Falcons, and like, who wants to see that? At least it was teams that both were in the playoffs last year. So you
Yep.
got to give us that. And if it's a weak game, it's a weak game. But you can't give us Panthers Falcons. Come on,
Exactly.
we don't want that.
And we talk about
Um,
Sam Darnold Panthers, bro. We ain't
Yeah,
talking about.
it was that. It was like Colts, Panthers, Matt Ryan, and come on, what are we doing? What are we
But
doing?
yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. But just to also touch back on what you said about the whole NFC Championship thing. You're right. But I will say this. I do think they can still do it. The offense looked a little lethargic. I feel like they're just all the Super Bowl hangovers coming together. But at the end of the day, they're a really good team. They weren't a team that made it there on some fluke shit. They weren't a team that made it there because they just went on a run. They're actually a good team. Their defense is just they lost some pieces, so they're just figuring it out. I think also Jalen Hurts has had to knock off some rust. Like really, honestly, I'm pretty sure he had a big offseason with all the fame that he had occurred from that
He's a
season.
superstar now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
he's a superstar.
I think the offense as a whole is going to be okay. I know a lot of the antics are being magnified by the whole AJ Brown thing that happened on the
Yeah,
sideline. But I think it's also one of those things where at the end of the day, AJ Brown's a superstar. He's a superstar wide receiver. He wants to get his stats, wants to get his money. And if you see your number 2 receiver over there eating, you're gonna be upset. But you gotta buy in. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing you have to understand. To win a championship, everybody gotta buy in. It don't matter who it is, it don't matter who's eating. We winning, And let's just keep it at that. You're gonna
and
get your
that's what it
bag.
should
You're gonna
be.
get more of a bag when you win anyway. So
But that's what it should be. It shouldn't be
yeah,
about who has 100 yards, who has the 2 touchdowns. Like Devontae Smith is a Heisman Trophy winner. He's a champion at Alabama. He's not no scrub. He's a real one. He's been a
yeah,
real one. So I'm not. That's
yeah.
not somebody I can hate on. Now, if it's if it's somebody else over there that's getting getting some love, then I might have some
Yeah,
issues. But
yeah.
I don't know.
And hey,
No, go
Devontae
ahead.
looked
Go ahead.
good, bro. He looked kind of
Bruh.
hugged.
Yeah, we're gonna get into
He'll
fantasy, but
yeah.
we're gonna get
He'll
into
look
fantasy,
he'll
but
look too skinny no more.
hey, yeah, I got him on
Yeah,
one of these rosters for
yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah.
So man, the story of the week in sports was Arron Rodgers. I was watching that game and he comes running out with the flag in his hand, and there it's 9/11. So New York 9/11, your debut in New York, bro. It was a lot of energy in that stadium, and I was hyped. I was like, okay, I was like, let me pour something up. Like this is
Bro,
what I'm here
you know what I'm
for.
saying?
And
I was faded. I was
yeah,
fucked
no,
up.
I was hyped for them when they were starting to do
Oh
God Bless
yeah.
America and everything. I was into it.
Yeah.
And as soon as they get the ball, he's running for his life from the first play on. And he only lasted 4 plays, but every play that he dropped back, he was under pressure. And then
Yep.
he pops his Achilles on the fourth play.
Yep.
How were you feeling when you saw that?
That I just threw $300 down the drain.
That's how much your league is?
That's so I'm in a big money league. Y'all know me. If y'all know me, and people that listen that don't know me, I'm a fantasy football. I love it. I play as many as I can to be not be confused and lost, but I play as many as I can, and I like to play
Oh
big
my
ones because
God.
I'm good. I'm good at this. Yes. So my big money league is $300 league. I
Nah.
built a good squad, and I kind of waited on quarterback, and if Rodgers falling into my lap, I had him and Garrett Wilson stacked, and I just felt so comfortable. That lineup was crazy, and we'll get into that later. I'll explain that lineup, and you guys will understand why I feel so hurt because this is a 16. I'm gonna remind y'all, this is a 16 team league. When you hear this lineup, you're gonna be like, okay, I was ready to go crazy. But anyways, it was. I felt for New York as a whole. The
Yeah.
Jets have been waiting for a decent quarterback for years. They've been waiting for they've been having winning seasons, but like 8 and 8 winning seasons. But they're waiting for a solid winning, a chance to go to the Super Bowl, like a chance to change some things around there for years. And it's only been the Giants getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? The Jets have been the little brother that can't get a goddamn thing. And I feel so bad, dude. You know what I'm saying? Because Aaron, it looked nice. It hard knocks and all, whatever, regardless of it. They still looked on paper, they looked nice and they looked like they were ready to do it. Especially when Brees Hall was coming out going crazy. My man Brees Hall was running pissed off. That nigga was running like Dalvin who, my nigga. Like
They
who?
caught him on the
You
sideline. Yeah, they
bruh,
caught him on the sideline saying, "Give me the fucking ball." Like I saw
bruh.
that
You know what I'm
after one of
saying?
his runs, because they clearly had
No.
him on a pitch count.
Because he knows, you know what I'm saying? You brought this man over here for no reason. Nothing to count against Dalvin. He's a great running back, but you brought him here for no reason. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, back to the big thing. But Aaron going down, it sucks for the whole team as a whole. You can see the energy in the stadium go down. The whole team went down. Like all of them, it was just, you could see faces. If you would have been at my house to see my face, I ain't even a Jets fan. Like, bro, it sucked. It sucked the energy out of the world for that moment because I feel like everybody gasped. Everybody was in limbo until they said what happened. Because at first, I on some real shit, I thought like his
Twisted
calf
his
kind of
ankle.
strained again or twisted his ankle. But then when I looked at it, you can see he didn't do that. So I was like, oh, maybe the calf strained again. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look that bad as an Achilles pop. And so I'm like, okay, he's gonna come back. We all right, you know what I'm saying? And then when they announced that shit, bro, I was ready to throw my phone through the TV. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Yeah, Adam Schefter came on at halftime, and he already said it's an Achilles, and they tried to shut it down. Scott Van Pelt, like I'm watching this because I'm into like the
yeah,
broadcast of it, and Scott Van Pelt is trying to shut it down. Like, oh, you're just listening to doctors on the internet. Like, chill out
yeah.
on that, right?
Yo,
But Schefter's like, no, it's an Achilles, bro. Like he's saying it at
shit is
halftime.
over. Shit is
Yeah, he's
over.
saying it. It's over. But we, as Raider fans, I think a lot of people, when you're only looking at your team, you only say our team's cursed or that team's cursed. Like you don't really look at, like, especially being in California, you don't look at the Jets and say that they're cursed. Bro, when do
Mm-mm.
you ever remember the Jets being good in your lifetime? Like actually having a legit quarterback, like Vinny Testaverde, like who do you, Mark Sanchez, who do you remember? Chad Pennington? Come on, bro.
They were
Like what?
they were decent when they had
But
Pennington.
okay, but I'm just saying, like, that's a team that you're like, dang, they've never really been good in your entire life. So as a Raider fan, that's We really ain't been good. We've had a couple years. Damn, maybe they are cursed. I'm gonna say it. Maybe they are.
Oh, hey, did you see all the thousands of tweets that came out talking about the field as soon as that shit happened? Like, this field is
Yeah,
cursed because I guess like a lot of people got hurt on that field, and they was
yeah.
just saying that
MetLife,
shit. I was fucking dying, bro.
MetLife
I was I was in
might be
stitches,
tragic over
but
there.
it does suck because you gotta think about it though. The Jets was a great team of back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like right now all the great teams that were great back then are on that curse, like us, the
Mm-hmm.
Redskins,
Mm-hmm.
them, the Bills for sure. The Bills can't even get over a hump to save their
Oh yeah, we're
life.
gonna get into that. We're gonna get
Um,
into Bills. We're gonna get into Bills for
let's see
sure.
who else was hella good. The Browns. The Browns were hella good back in the day. Um, let's see. I think there's one more. The Dolphins, and the Bears.
Dolphins the only
All
team that went undefeated through the regular season and the playoffs and win the Super Bowl.
exactly the Bears. Like
Yeah.
all these teams were known as staples in football as like good, strong teams, and we all suck now. Like we straight suck now. Like I'm just being honest here. You know what I'm saying? We suck now. You know what I'm saying? Like
They might be
and
cursed, man.
it's heartbreaking. Yeah, it
Might
maybe
be.
I don't know. I'm waiting for the day for the NFL to flip and give us back our reign, like all of us. So,
Yeah, give the
but
original
yeah,
team some love. Come on,
you know what I'm
we
saying?
ready
It's
for
been
that.
long enough, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired of watching the goddamn Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Speaking of the Chiefs, I mean we're already on the injuries. Travis Kelsey said he's coming back week two.
Call him
They
Big
got a
Shimmy.
tough. They got a tough schedule, bro. They in
Yeah.
Jacksonville, and they have a real good chance. Which I'm smiling about that. They could go 0-2. I'm expecting a shootout for sure. I'm expecting a shootout. Um,
You so cold.
I'm hope, bro. If I could wear a Trevor Lawrence jersey right now, I'd put that on. Zay Jones, my guy.
He's
Come
so
on,
cold.
come on. I really want them to be on too so bad. Uh,
Oh,
but yeah. So do you think that they can rebound? Were you surprised that they lost? Obviously, we covered that they lost week one, but you expect, and obviously Chris Jones signing this week. Also, he's back.
surprised that they lost? No, because I knew the Lions were good. I knew that the Lions just had to figure out some things, and they had a good opportunity to be in a good team. And with the secondary revamped over there, I knew that they were going to do something good. Um, I feel you, bro. You know I feel you. You
Let's
know
go,
I don't want to
Jax.
see. I don't want to see. Of course. Oh, I'm a big Jags fan. If anybody can ask right now,
Duval. Come
I'm
on.
with the Jags right now. You know what I'm saying?
Duval County.
Calvin really is my nigga. I tried to get him in every league I was in, and I couldn't even pull it off because niggas was
Yeah.
reaching. But we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Ooh.
yeah, hold on. Oh, actually, we is all you niggas that was reaching. I got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. But it is
Mm.
good to see them do that. But I would. It's cool because that means the NFL is competitive again. It's not fun watching one team win everything. It's not fun watching when you turn the game on. Well, these niggas
Hold
winning.
on. Hold on. Let me ask you something real quick. When the
Uh,
Warriors was doing it, was it okay then? I just want to hold on. I gotta play devil's advocate now. Yeah, sip that drink. Now let me say that because we Warrior fans when KD was here, you already knew what time it was.
Wait,
You
hold
already
on.
knew
Look,
what time it was.
we talk about football.
Are you talking about football? Okay, I'm just saying. You already knew what time it was
All right,
when KD put.
look. Hold on. Since we
No,
talk, I'm gonna say it. Look. It's nice. You know, it's
yeah. What
nice,
is your team? What is your team?
but I can also say as a true Warrior fan, it did kind of suck to turn on to know we wasn't gonna get no competition. It sucked to know that we was
You
going to
knew.
watch the first half of basketball, and then these niggas was going to be sitting down the whole second
Bro,
half
Steph
on
had
the
his shoes
sideline
off
cracking jokes.
by 8:15. 8:15, 8:30, his shoes were off already.
Hey,
Icing.
8:30. Game started 7:30. Tip off 7:45. 8:15.
Icing,
Shoes
bro.
is off.
They already making dinner reservations for after. It was
But
crazy.
yes, I will say that. But for football, no. Like I feel like football is the sport we watch because it's a gladiator sport.
Yeah.
It's the sport where men are using their power and their speed and their grit to combat each other to win. Basketball, it's all witty and skill. all witty and skill. Like that's all it really is. If you ain't gotta be the most skilled person in the world, but if you witty as shit or you got that hustle and you gonna make it, it's not your physicals. And it's like for a man, because our women, let me say this for all the women out there right now. Y'all want to understand why we love football so much? Because it is a man's game. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it? it's a man's game. We love football because football is a let me. I've been working out in the gym for 2 years straight. I got more muscles than you, so let me show you I got more muscles than you. That's what this game is. And as a man, everybody knows every man wants to do that. That's how men look at life. Let's just be honest here. I'm not even going front. So, and it's one of those things where that's the reason why football is so important to us. But with that being said, I was happy. I'm happy. Yes, they could end up 0-2, but it does suck because they lost their first game without their stars. Both of them, I'll say Kelsey and Jones are stars. So we don't know. I'm upset that these fools both ended. Like Kelsey came back fast. We knew that was gonna happen, but I thought Chris Jones was for sure holding out till week 8.
Man, me too.
They must have told him you can have whatever you want. You can have whatever
me
you
too.
want.
I thought he literally said week 8 I'll be back, and he comes back week 2. But it was good to see at the end of Sunday, Chiefs 0-1, Broncos 0-1, Chargers 0-1. Austin Eckler, which I have in the league, is not going to play this week. So, but we have a really good opportunity. We'll get into the game in a second, but it's really cool to see if we should just end the season right now.
Y'all
we
talking
should just
shit.
start the playoffs.
I don't even care what y'all gotta say. At a certain point this year, we were number one.
Hey, it don't matter. You don't got to look at what week that was. We was in first place, holding it down. But there was a lot of interesting games, man. What was your biggest surprise from week 1 so far?
So this is gonna sound homerish, so I'm gonna give you 2. We were my biggest surprise. And that was because of the defense we played. Nothing to do with the offense, because our offense looked fucking kind of lethargic, to be honest. It looked good. We didn't have any 3 and outs. That's a stat. Check it out. We had no 3 and outs. But I would say we defensively looked good. But then again, we're talking about the Broncos, who didn't have that much good of a season last year. But I do think this year they're going to have a better one. But we looked good. I was very happy. But besides us, I will say to watch Cincinnati come out and lay an egg.
That's the one.
Was fucking nuts. Lay an egg. Like, I'm not even talking. They may have scored 3 points. In my eyes, that's laying an egg. But to not even compete against the Cleveland Browns, let's be real. The Browns have a chance of being good this year. I'm not going to hold that back either. But still, you're Cincinnati Bengals. You've been in the AFC Championship 2 years running. You have the whole I guess the next best quarterback behind Mahomes, supposedly how they see. You have 2 of the greatest. You have probably one of the greatest receiver tandems the league has seen in a couple years, and you guys come out and lay a fucking egg, bro. And again, I'm upset because of fantasy football. So I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Everything I say for this episode, I'm upset because of fantasy football.
It's fantasy.
And we'll get into that later. Your boy's hot, but still, but all some real shit. It was nuts. I didn't expect them to come out and lay an egg. I expect them to come out and be a little more competitive. But shout out to the Browns though. Maybe they came out in game play. I didn't get to watch the game much because where I was at, every other game was on, but the Browns game was in like the last TV, so I didn't get to really observe. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, did the world catch up to them finally? You know what I'm saying? Did the truth catch up to them? Because when we played them, I thought we had a real good chance of beating them back 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like one of those things, or maybe this is a bad game. But that was my biggest surprise. Honestly, the Bengals, besides us and our defense playing half decent, which we'll talk about later, I would definitely have to say the Cincinnati losing to the Browns. That was a shocker.
Yeah, I think these guys are not playing in preseason anymore. So I feel like week 1 is more of a damn near the end of preseason. Like, I don't think they're ready to play like they should be. You know what I mean? Like, I remember not even back in the day, like 5 years ago, they was playing at least the first half of preseason games, and nobody's playing. They might play a drive. They might play one
every
drive.
Game too.
Nobody's playing anymore. So it just feels like, I feel like it's rust at the end of the day. But I agree with the Cincinnati game. And even if you look at the last few years, the Browns have had their number. So
Yeah.
and last year the Bengals started 0-2. So I'm not gonna write them off. I got Burrow in one of my leagues, Drew's league, with Chase. Obviously, I lost. If you got Burrow and Chase together, you lost last week. So I'm hoping they can get that back together. They put up big numbers versus the Ravens normally. So
okay, I'll give you another one that I want to get your take on. The Green Bay.
Oh, come on, that's my keeper league. I had Jordan Love. Come on, I had Jordan Love and Aaron Jones. I was hyped. I did not expect him to look that good though. I'll be honest.
He looked good.
I did not expect that. But let me go to the one. Let me get to the one that I thought was the biggest surprise. I had the Niners winning. I did not have them winning like that. I did not have them winning like that, and I got to give them love because I did not have them winning like that.
I know why you be doing this. You be doing this to get clips of me.
I want my people. We got Niner fans on that listen, and I just want them to let you know, like it's no hate for me. I'm down the middle with them. I respect.
I was looking at the Steelers like, did y'all forget who y'all is? Like what? Did y'all even come to the game?
Besides TJ,
did they come to the game?
Nobody did. Besides TJ,
was he watching the replacements? Because bro, these boys out here making them already everybody like Niners Super Bowl bound. I'm like, bro, hold on, don't sit here and act like the Steelers didn't come out and poop in the bed. Like the Steelers came out and literally said, "Hey, we just here, we here, we."
They look. Everybody looked rusty, man. I don't know. Nick Bosa came. He got his big contract. He was right to it. They said he only took off like 3 or 4 plays the whole game. So that's crazy. Yeah. I don't know what he be doing at the house to work out, but he needs to pass that workout program on.
I think somebody need to be test for PEDs.
Ooh, hello. All right, so fantasy football, man. Let's get into it. I got 4 leagues. How many leagues are you in? I got 4. How many leagues are you in?
Why you do that?
Okay.
You try to get me in trouble.
You want to say how many leagues you in? Oh.
All right, look, we gonna keep it a beat for y'all.
Yeah. They're the people. Come on, tell us how many leagues you. Oh.
Hey. we had died.
But 4 is taxing to me. 4 is taxing.
We had died, bro. I got a problem.
Okay.
If y'all got any therapists that know how to deal with fantasy football addiction, I'll let you, boy.
That's a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a lot.
All right, but I'll say how many that are, and I hate to say this because people are gonna be upset, but of importance, 6. There's 3 of them that I just joined to help somebody out or just to kind of to try. And then also like 2 of them are for money. So it was just kind of I was bored.
2 not for money?
Yeah, 2 is not for money.
Oh, okay.
I was just kind of bored at home and just doing it. One of them was a big ass tournament though, a 30,000 people tournament. If anybody listens to this, it's a fantasy footballer. Shout out to the fantasy footballers. They are a big podcast that has been doing fantasy football coverage for years. They have a whole bunch of amenities. I love them. They're great guys. They're funny guys. I listen to them frequently. They have a tournament every year with all their listeners. And it's about 30,000 people in it this year. And so one of them is that. So it's not for money, but it is for recognition. I'm hoping that I do good, which my team is actually doing good. I actually drafted a really good team on there. I should have took that strategy. And if I get a chance, if you win this tournament, you get to join a league with them. And that's something that'll be cool for me. But yeah.
So
I'm in 9.
So the reason why I brought fantasy up, man, is obviously I know you didn't go 9-0 last week, but was there any surprises of people that you saw, whether it's your team or not your team, that you were surprised that came out last week?
Why you keep asking these questions, bro?
I know, because 9 is a lot. 9 is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. So for me,
I didn't go 9-0.
I went 2-2.
Okay. I didn't go 9-0.
Okay.
But I went 2-7.
You went 2-7.
So let me give you some context. Let me give you all this context.
I know you drank something Sunday night. What was you drinking? That's dark liquor. What'd you drink?
Oh, let me.
Sheesh, 2-7 is rough.
All right, let me get to the context of this. I lost 2 matches because of Aaron Rodgers going down. I
Okay.
literally was gonna win. If he would have played, I would have won. So I lost. One, I forgot to set a lineup. I forgot to make a change, and that's the part of having 9. I forgot to look at it. I had Zay Flowers on the bench, and he went crazy. And I
I
should have
like
played him.
Zay. I like
And I
Zay.
had planned to play him too in that league too, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, I have in every league this year. I had a strategy of 0 wide receivers, top quarterback, and top 5 quarterback every league. So I have like repeat quarterbacks in some leagues, like the same one, top 5 projected quarterback. So in every league, I have a remnants of Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow. I have literally those are my 5 quarterbacks in every except for one, which was the one you guys already talked about. But yeah, yeah, I got waxed, bro. It was one of those things though. The whole league, if you actually check the stat, I think majority of the games went under, so it wasn't a lot of stats to go around. And then
Yeah.
also, but I don't know, man. A lot of the star players didn't show up. Got me scrambling over here. One thing about fantasy football, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Wait it out after week 1. Don't stress. But I will say I am. I've been scrambling, trying to make some trades, just trying to
I
beef
don't
up
feel
some
like you
teams.
should. I don't feel like you should make any trades yet. I think
Oh,
week
there's
one.
one I'm gonna make.
Well, okay.
Alexander
Well,
Alexander
oh,
Madison
he's out
is
of
a
here.
fucking bum,
Get
bruh.
him
A
out. Get him out
bum,
of here.
a
Get him out of
bum,
here.
bruh. I'm
They
shipping him
really,
out,
they
and I'm
really
not
thought he was
posting this
Dalvin Cook.
episode until I make the trade.
No, but they really thought he was Dalvin Cook, which is crazy. That's disrespectful to Dalvin Cook just because he got
My
dreads.
nigga,
Like that's crazy, just because he got dreads. But he's
like
not Dalvin Cook.
I get,
But
I get it. They had to pay, you got to pay JJ. I get it. I get it.
yeah,
But
the money's
there's some
they're
money in there
loading
for
up.
Dalvin. There was some money in there for Dalvin. And then you gonna go turn around and get a ball to his backup of 2-3 years and think you gonna get the same production because he has 1 or 2 good games. Y'all niggas gonna be fucked up.
Then
And I
they
fell in
need to
the
go
hype.
get Jonathan Taylor. Then go get Taylor.
Yeah, true
They
that.
need to do
Uh,
something because
True
that's
that.
not it. That's not it.
Hey, Jonathan Taylor on that team would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fuck what their
So
defense talking about.
yeah, I don't know about their defense. So yeah, I went 2-2. The league I really want to win. I really want to win Drew's league. I really do.
I want you to too.
I really do, and I want him to hear this. I really want to win that league. I lost. Like I said, I got Joe Burrow and Chase. So if you had that stack, you lost last week
Yeah. Hey,
automatically.
Drew, listen to me right now. Next year, if there's room in your league, I will drop 2 for you. You know what I'm saying? I want to be part of the excitement, and I just want to see you
So
lose.
the thing about that league is there's people talking because the guy before me took Tyreek Hill over Chase, and
Yeah.
you saw what Tyreek did. So he's like, I told y'all keep Chase. You know what I mean? He's saying I told y'all Chase is a bum. Like Tyreek's the guy. Tyreek is everybody knows Tyreek. I'm not trying to hate on Tyreek, but
Yeah.
please, it is 1 week. It is a marathon out here. Like let's
You know how
keep
it
that
is.
same energy in a few weeks. Like just know Chase is coming for him. Just know that.
Hey, look,
But
that's
Tyreek is
it.
a killer. I'm not
That
gonna say
same
that
dude talk about Tyreek should also know Tyreek. Yes, Tyreek will give you 51 week and give you a fucking 7 the next week.
because
So
he
you better
got
quit
Waddle
fucking
over
fronting.
there.
Yeah,
He got
quit
Waddle over
fronting.
there. That's why.
Quit
Yeah,
fronting. But
he got
yeah,
Waddle.
he got a point though. It is 1 week. You know how everybody feel after they win their first week in fantasy
Feeling
football.
they got their
Yeah,
chest out. They got their chest out.
they feel. Come on, bro. I'm in my league I'm in right now. My home league I've been in for years since I first started playing fantasy football. I'm the champ from last year. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I want to make sure y'all heard that champ from
I
last
seen you with
year.
the belt.
You
Yeah, I
know,
seen you
you
with
know
the
what I'm
belt
saying? Yeah,
on IG.
Don't make me get up and get the trophy.
Nah,
But
you better go get that. Go get
hold on,
that.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, bro. Hold on, man.
Hey, why he go get that, man? I'm telling
Hey,
you, this fantasy
hey,
stuff is crazy.
hey,
We oh,
look,
you got
man.
it right there. Oh,
Hey,
you got
man,
it.
look, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even though the last person was acting kind of broke and they want to buy my plaque, but you see where the trophy at? It's at my house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jeffrey, this for you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, nice nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Quit being
But
broke, man. Go get his plaque.
hey,
Come on.
hey, I ain't gonna lie,
Come
bro. I
on.
got smacked in that league. It was funny because they were talking. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something to say. But I said the same thing. I was like, come on, bro. It's week 1. I was like, last time y'all
Week
was doing
one.
this to me, they did this to me last year because I was going into the playoffs. I was like 7th place, and they had like a halfway projected ending. bro. Guess who was projected to be last?
Uh-oh.
Guess who turned around and won that motherfucker?
Hey, I don't listen
Hey,
to the projections anyway. I don't
me
listen to
either. Trust me. But fantasy football is a great thing. I love the women that get into it.
that. Same.
I love the women that get into it. I love how everybody gets into it. Family, old. It's a great time. It's a time you can share with your family. It's
Yep.
amazing. But uh, man, the one thing I will say though, I went crazy with Zay Flowers on a lot of leagues, and he showed out.
He's
That
their
boy
number
showed
one
out.
option, especially with Mark Andrews out. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be Lamar's favorite player.
I,
So
I just hope they don't run him into the ground because they was giving him everything, bro. I was like, y'all need to calm down a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all figured out you gonna go to him every play.
yeah, but they have a lot of pressure on them because they've drafted a lot of receivers over the years, and none of them have
Ever stayed
have
healthy
worked
in their
out.
life.
Yeah, have never worked out. So and then
Well,
something we want to talk about is J.K. Dobbins too with his injury. Um,
man,
I had him in one of my work leagues,
yeah,
and yeah, it sucks, man,
that
because he's talented. I remember him at Ohio State, and
yeah,
now people are just like, I don't know if he should try again.
that's
I
that's
wouldn't say
sad.
that,
2
but
years in a row.
yeah,
It's a sad thing to deal with, and I think the year before that he had an injury at like the end of the season. Like
yeah, he's probably
it's
only
hard.
25, 26.
It's hard, but you want to know something? The team that gave us up on him, the next team that get him, watch, they're gonna get a beast because at the end of the day, he's still young. But it is sucks to see with J.K. Dobbins. You don't want to do it, but now you're back into the same carousel you were in last year with the
Yep,
Ravens running back room, who to pick up, who to play.
I
Um,
hate their
uh,
running
I,
backs.
yeah, I've heard some rumblings of possibly Leonard Fournette, and then I'm in one league where you have to pick up. They pick up the waivers are like open, so you pick up any time. I was a little drunk. I picked up Leonard Fournette randomly, but I was like, I'm gonna hold on to him. I'm gonna see because if he does go over there, that's the number one option. But it is one of those things where in fantasy football you deal with this. And the sucks of for me, for you, 4 leagues is manageable. For nine, it's just
That's
like
it.
at
That's
this
all I
point,
need. I can't do
at,
four, more than four.
at this point, I'm just like, I just went in with a bunch of different draft strategies, and I'm just hoping 4 of them hit. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And at the end of the day, it's a time that I get to share with friends. Me, people know me. I know a lot of people. It's just how I've been in my life. I've ran into a lot of people. A lot of the things I did growing up, it allowed me to meet a lot of people, and people know I love football. I know I love fantasy. So, I'll get that one friend I ain't talked to in a minute that knows they'll hit me up like, hey, Rose, man, I need one more for the league. Draft is in like an hour. You good? You with it? And me being the person I am with the big heart that I have, yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna make you stress. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's kind of
yeah.
why how I end up in these situations. Like some people think I just do it because like I got like an itch or something. Like no, I really more so do it because I help people out. Like I'm in like at least 4 of the ones I'm in are those leagues like that. You know what I'm saying? Like leagues just where people hit me last minute. So, but
we got we got to find our way into a league next year. I don't want to get you to 10 leagues, but we got to find our way.
nah,
We start our own. We got to
I'm
find
dropping 3.
one to
I
get one
promise you, I'm
together next
dropping
year.
3. I'm
All right,
dropping 3.
we're gonna
I
set that now.
promise. Hey, either that or you could just come to mine. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna
But
get into one together. We got to.
so my
Sure.
plan is my thing is next year. I had a couple of people in my league that I talked to about some things that didn't be on time. I did want to get you and Drew in. I
Yeah,
wanna
yes sir,
if,
yes
if
sir.
that happens. If not, I'm getting in y'all's. I'm kicking
Yeah.
somebody out. I'm going
All
to
right.
their house, putting the bagger in their head and telling them, hey, you got to give it to me.
All right, so Raiders 1-0 beat the Donkeys, the Denver Broncos, 17-16. Jimmy G's arrival. Josh Jacobs, first game he held out, so I was expecting kind of something like that, but we got the dub, man. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But what'd you think watching that game?
Denver's defense ain't no slouch, so that's one thing I would definitely say about the fact that Josh didn't do anything. They were good, but bruh, I was happy we actually held the team under 20, bro. Like, even though the Broncos had their problems last year, they're kind of as a problem child, but Sean Payton's supposed to be the GOAT at planning. We did good. Our defense looked decent. You know what I'm saying? We looked good offensively. No 3-and-outs, but we didn't score as much as we wanted to, which it happens. Jacoby Myers looked fucking fire. I like that we now have a number 2 receiver who is more dominant. And I like having him more than I kind of like the Darren Waller thing, because I feel like when we had Darren Waller, teams would kind of key on it's either going to you had 3 options to go for, but they were all different positions that you can kind of stop if you focus. But now having 3 receivers, I think Renfro's still a beast, and a running back, I feel like it's harder to cover. It was good to see, but this is the making of what I told you what can possibly happen, and I'm gonna lose it. Our top fucking 20 defense. I'm gonna be pissed, but it was good to see. It was good as a Raider fan to come out 1-0, even though we're used to doing that. Most of the time, starting off good and ending bad. But I feel like we actually showed good defensively, and that was my main concern. So, Josh Jacobs, yeah, but I kind of expected that. You hauled out all season. You weren't even doing anything with the team, period. So I feel it, but it was good to see. Jimmy G looked. Oh man, I'll be real with you. He still looked like fucking Happy Feet from the fucking 49ers that he looked like for the past couple of years. But at least the throws he made were the right ones. So
Yeah, outside of the interception in the red zone, I like what Jimmy was doing. He didn't force it to anybody outside of that throw, with the interception in the red zone. He was just efficient, man, and we didn't really have the ball too much. I don't know how the time of possession, but I promise you they probably killed us in time of possession because they had the ball a lot more than us. Jacoby he's like a 1B. He's not really a full wide receiver 1, but he was playing wide receiver 1 with New England for the last couple years. So he's getting single coverage with Devontae getting Patrick Surtain and, probably double on top. So yeah, I love what Jacoby was doing. It sucks that he got injured. Looking forward to this week, he's not playing this week. He was out.
He got blown.
He was out. So this is
like,
an opportunity. Go ahead.
I was like looking like, oh Jesus, that's one of those hits that make parents not want to let their kids play football.
That's on the billboard of why my son is not playing football. That hit right there is the number 1.
Oh yeah, but it was good to see. I was happy. Somebody actually posted up a tweet with some shots of our defense, the number 1 pick, and it was kind of exactly what I said. I know.
Don't give up on him yet, man.
I'm not. But did you see? I'm a tag you.
I watched the game.
Look, did you watch the clips though?
Yes.
Did you
watch the
clips
you can send it to me.
Having no get off, him having no this. He was doing like our slip. And it's funny because I got some Niner fans that will attest to this because they know when we used to talk about their defensive line, this thing I used to say, this nigga was coming off the ball like Armstead. Nigga coming off and standing up, like nigga hit me in my chest, bro. Chest wide open, bro.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I need to get off. I need to get off, bro.
He did not have a training camp. He got hurt in November of last year, broke his foot. So no training camp, rehab, misses most of training camp. So I'm gonna give him a couple weeks. I am. He's not Cleveland Farrell. He's not Cleveland. No, I said a couple weeks. But
what I'm saying is it's been a year clearly since his foot.
Yeah, but I'm saying he hasn't been able to practice because he's been rehabbing. He hasn't been able to get his stamina up and all of that stuff. That's all I'm saying. A year. So
he's not Cleveland Farrell. I'll give you that.
He's not Cleveland Farrell yet. Let's give him the first quarter of the year. I feel like by the Charger game, which is week 4, right? Then I feel like we might see a little bit more because Chandler Jones is not playing this year for us. And if anybody's waiting for him, just know he's not playing for us. That's not inside information. That's just I promise you he's not playing for us this year. Okay, so don't be waiting for that man to come. He's not playing for us this year.
As much as I want him to play, I feel the same way. And
he's not playing for us.
Yeah. It sucks so bad because like him on the line with him it'd be some
rotation, a rotation.
Yeah, and it just like I can't even tell you what the fuck is going on. And this is this thing I told my boy earlier about the Raiders organization. We fucking constantly fuck up a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Chandler Jones ain't the best out there, but he's honestly, him on our line is going to make our line like these other lines that are formidable. Without him, our line is it's good because we got Matt Max, but with him, we're formidable. And it's
Okay,
like,
hold on. Let
how
me
we
ask you
fucking up a
this:
good thing?
how is it the Raiders organization? Oh, let me just I'm look.
Here,
Mark's my dog. Mark's my guy. No Mark Davis slander on this pod. No, but
Look, I
he's
know
my
you
dog.
love him. I
No,
know
that's
you
my
love him.
dog.
And I know you
Look,
got love for him because of a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you
go
the
ahead.
reason why. It's
Go ahead.
because we constantly fuck up good things. Bro, let's talk about our latest playoff appearance. We went to the playoffs. We lost to the team who went to the Super Bowl. We literally lost to them on a last fucking play where we honestly should have won that shit. Let's be real. So we lose to them. How do we suck the next season? How? You don't bring no upgrades. The only thing you bring was Devontae, right? Defensively, you didn't try shit. Watching us getting fucking smacked. And then when we finally actually do make a defensive move with Chandler in his next years coming, it's all difficult. Like, I don't know what Chandler got going on. I don't know the full story because it ain't came out. But from reading his tweets, you know what I'm saying? He literally said, I just want to play. And if I don't play, I'm gonna talk.
Come on,
That's literally what it
man.
said. I just want to
Okay.
play. So where's this? It's not a coach thing. Let's be real. Any coach will want Chandler Jones on the field.
It's a Chandler thing.
You want to know something? And I said this a while ago.
It's a Chandler thing,
and I didn't want to believe it, but I feel like it's just something in him and his brother's blood that just fuck up good things, bro.
I don't want to say it. Oh, because his brother's the best ever, and I don't care what anybody says. His brother's the best ever, but I think it's a Chandler thing, and I hear you. You know, we don't get the benefit of the doubt as a Raider organization. Like, with everything that's been happening, we do not get the benefit of the doubt. So I will give you that. But I feel like his tweets, he's trying to show screenshots of Mark Davis conversation. He's trying to show screenshots of his conversation with McDaniels. And I'm like, they're not saying nothing. Like, especially, and I'm gonna stick up for Mark. His text that he screenshotted from Mark was just like, dog, we love you. This is my life. The Raiders are my life. Like, you know, we want the best for you. Like, we love you outside of football. So I just feel like I don't want to say it, but I think he's having a tough time. That's all I'm gonna say. He's having a tough time. I'm not gonna say it.
Either way how it goes, because I'm not. I'll give you this. I'm not gonna blame our organization completely, but at the end of the day, our organization has this dark cloud that sits over our head with things like this.
I mean,
Chandler Jones, AB.
Look, yeah, we don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Bruh,
with Henry Ruggs. It's so much.
Henry Ruggs. I'll even say like it's Khalil Mack. Like we can keep going. We can keep doing this, but
we could go all day. I don't know.
Honestly, like I said, and I'm gonna stand by this. I said this shit before we did podcasting a long time ago. When Al had the chance to sell the team to John Madden, he should have did it.
Hey, okay. This is. I'm not gonna. I can't give I don't say too much about Mark, but he didn't really want this job. To be honest with you, I'm gonna just say that he knew this was always gonna be his in the back of his mind. He knew. But this is never his this is his first job of his life. You know what I mean? So he's 60 something, like he never had a job in his life. So hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
But with that being said, tell that to your daddy.
Nah.
Say it to your daddy. Let your daddy sell the team to John. If John was our owner, rest in peace, John. You know, if you would, you know, he ain't here no more. If John was our owner during those times, I promise you, we would not be the Raiders would not be talked to about in the light that they are talked about in this day.
Hey, but they were $6 billion now, so he's doing something right. But let me talk about Buffalo, because Buffalo looked bad. We talked about Arron Rodgers and all of that with Buffalo, and they lost the game. The Jets actually won a game on Sunday or Monday.
Hey, that safety got his bonus in one game.
He needed 3 picks to get his bonus, and he got them all in one game. I was wondering, I was like, why he balling like that? Why he got like
one
5
game, boy?
They said he had like 5 in his career total. He had like 3.
The bag, 3. One game.
So yeah, Josh Allen. I think you have Josh Allen in one of your leagues, right? Maybe more than one league. I got him in one league, and that was the other one I lost. But do you feel like that was just week one preseason, like I said earlier, or do you feel like the Buffalo train is a wrap? Because do you think we can go into Buffalo this week and actually beat them?
Okay, so to address the first situation, I honestly think he just made some bad choices. If you looked at those interceptions, on the one of them where he rolled out and threw it deep when it was like 4th and 4, where he could have ran for it and got the first. The other
Yeah.
receiver was wide the fuck open. I don't even know who it was, but the receiver to the left was wide open, like had his dude beating everything. He threw it in a double coverage when the other dude was single coverage. So I think he's just trying to please Diggs because of what the reports over the offseason of Diggs wanting to
Yeah.
leave. I also think it's he trusts Diggs a lot, and at the end of the day, sometimes you have to put your trust in other people. But to address the situation of us walking in there and winning, as a Raider fan, a true fan, I believe we can do it. That's just because I want to believe in my team every week. As a real football analyst, or what I might call myself, or a football person that really into it, I feel like these boys are gonna beat our. I feel like they mad. I feel like they know they should have won that game. I feel like they're not going to let another team walk in here that's not of their caliber and beat them. And I'm only saying this because of past experience with the Raiders or where we are. At the end of the day, we can turn around and have an amazing season and be at that caliber this season, but I just don't know. But right now, as it is, people will honestly, everybody in the world will say we're not on the Bills level. And I just think I really think that Josh Allen is hot and pissed, and I am afraid to be honest, but
it sucks. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it does. But I like I said, as a fan, hell fucking yeah. As a realist, I hope it's a close game.
Yeah, it sucks. Anytime I see, even in basketball, I know I gotta stop bringing basketball in, but like if I see Steph Curry have a bad shooting night, I know the next night he's dropping 40. And I feel like that's what's about to happen with Josh Allen. You know, because the great ones always bounce back after a bad loss.
And they
So
always mad too.
they're always mad. I feel like
Mad
4
as
touchdowns
hell.
is about to happen on Sunday. And I just
4, I'm
hope
feeling
my boys
5
are
right
ready. I just 4 or 5. And I'm just hoping my boys are ready. But like I told you last week, I don't believe in Buffalo as a whole season. I do think they're probably gonna win this week, but I don't know. There's a lot of Stephon Diggs issues with them. Like, did you see the reporter that came out with the hot mic was talking about him? I don't know if you saw it. So there's a reporter. So they have like weekly interviews, and I guess they're either waiting for Stephon or he just left. But there was a reporter that said, "Man, I hate Stephon Diggs. Like he's basically an asshole and he's rude to everybody. And the Bills just let him do whatever he wants." And the mic was on. So Stephon went on Twitter. You could see, and he was talking crazy, like, that's disrespectful. And the reporter came out and said, "Sorry." Like, there's a lot going on in Buffalo right now. I don't believe. I just don't believe in them this year. I don't. But we'll see. Yeah, she got caught. It was a girl too. She got caught. But yeah, I just don't believe. I just don't think their weapons are that great. Yeah.
I don't either. But when you have Josh Allen, your weapons ain't got to be that great. They just got to do their goddamn job. And at the end of the day, I think that's the thing. But on the take of that, like a lot of that, especially about Diggs, I just think when you're going through what you're going through right now, when you know you should possibly be a Super Bowl champion, it's kind of hard. You went over there to be a champion, and you've had two very, very close times to do it, and you fucking fumbled. And it's hard, especially watching your quarterback turn around and throw fucking 4 picks. No, 3 picks.
3 picks and a fumble.
Yeah,
3 picks and a fumble.
That's hard. So, but
he wants to be a Cowboy so bad. I'm telling you, he wants to go.
Think so?
He wants to be a Cowboy so bad, bro.
Well, I think, of course, to play with his brother, yeah, but I still don't think I don't think that's gonna make the Cowboys any better, nigga.
That's not what they need. But he was at the game the night before too, when they beat the Giants. He was at the game. Yeah. I seen him shaking hands with his brother. Yeah, but I'm telling you, he wants to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, I feel it.
So what give me a score for the game, Bills Raiders. Shootout.
I did say I'm feeling 5 tuggies. I'm gonna have to say, honestly, I'm gonna have to say 35-30, and I do think they edge us out. I think their defense isn't. I think their defense is good, but I think our offense can handle it. I've noticed they can't really stop the run as good as they used to. So I think if we can do that, we'll do it. But I just think the thing that sucks is we're gonna try to control the game, but. And honestly, I'm only saying this because I haven't seen our secondary really be too challenged yet. Because the Broncos are good, but they didn't
They
really
didn't
be that
test
good.
us deep.
Yeah, they didn't test us. So I want to see how that goes. And if our secondary can step up, then that gives us a good chance. But if they can't, I could definitely see a low key shootout, but more so a shoot and a run out because we're gonna be running it and they're gonna be throwing it. So
come on, Josh. We need you this week, brother. We need you.
man,
Come on.
we do.
This is the one where we need him. It was okay last week, a little rust, knock the rust off. But this is the week. No Jacoby. Devontae got to show up. Whoever the number 2 is, whether it's Renfro, Trey Tucker, all these guys got to show up. We didn't use a tight end at all. So I'm gonna go. Man, I want to pick the Raiders bad, but bro, this is a tough one. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 27-21 Bills. 27-21. I don't see us getting blasted. I just don't think we're there yet to get blasted. So 27-21 Bills. All right. So I mean, I think we covered all of football this week. We got to give a little love. Couple things. Coco Guff. We got to give her a shout out. U.S. Open champion, USA, 19 years old. Honestly, man, I watched a lot of it. I watched a lot of this tournament. My dad is like deep into tennis. He plays 3 times a week since he's retired at like 6 a.m. So he plays Monday, Wednesday, Friday with these old men in Fremont. So yeah, I'm locked in, and I try to play with him when I get back home. So what did you think? What did you think she was gonna win?
So I didn't get a chance to watch it because if I remember correctly, that was on during what was it on during?
I think it was on during Dion, or it was a Saturday. Yeah. It was definitely a Saturday because the guys was on Sunday.
It might have been a fight also. I can't remember. It was 2 things that
Saturday,
was on
last Saturday.
But I remember watching that compared to watching it, but I was paying attention to. I watched the tournament. I watched a lot of it, and I just knew when she made it there, and they were talking about the other girl. I was like, "Oh, she finna kill this girl," because they give them every excuse for her already. This shit ain't even started yet. I just want to give Coco Guff her credit, man. It's always at the end of the day, being young and black in this world, it's always great to see another black African American period be successful, and show the world that we are athletically superior. I know that might sound a little controversial, but it's the truth, but it's the truth. But I was happy to see it. I was happy to see her ball out. She's had a couple stumbles in the past trying to get there, and at a young age is cool. And it shows that the U.S. will honestly, when Serena is done, when she is done, it'll show us that we still have somebody else to look forward to when it comes to these things. And it also will keep the U.S. Open popular. It'll keep the U.S. into tennis. If there's one thing about the USA is if we don't have anybody good in these sports, we don't pay attention to them. So
that's a fact. I hate that we're like that. Go ahead.
I hate it too. I fucking hate that shit too. I can't stand it. But it's cool because that means that these world-renowned sports that are worldwide, where there's other people in other continents and other places that are good, it gives a chance of recognition to it. So I want to just shout her out for doing that, keeping the world in tune to tennis, because at the end of the day, after we lost Federer, after we lost both the Williams sisters, after we lost a lot of other people that we had, it was bad. I said Federer, but he's not from here. I'm sorry. But it's one of those things where who's it? Andy Roddick. I think it was Andy Roddick, right? I think that's who it was. We had Andy Roddick back in the day, but just like those people, then we lose our people. People don't pay attention to it no more. So shout out Coco, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting on for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting on for the people. So,
I gotta shout out her parents, man. Also, they've been right there the whole way. There's a video, there was an IG video of her dad's been taking her to the US Open since she was like 10 or 11. She was like dancing in the crowd, and like that was the video that they showed like in her like New Balance commercial. Like I loved that video, seeing her as a kid going as a fan in the crowd and then winning it. like 8-9 years later. So shout out to her parents, man. She got a good group around her.
Yeah.
One other thing that we didn't talk about, and we'll get into Coach Prime in a second, but I wanted to talk about the USA basketball one more time. There's a rumor that LeBron is trying to get a super team together. He's trying to get everybody to come over to Paris. He's trying to get KD. He's trying to get Steph. He's trying to get D Book. He's trying to get everybody. Now, do you want to see that? A lot of people on social media saying that, you know, the OGs should just let the young guys figure it out, or do you want them to go over there and just smash everybody with
Nah,
with
fuck that.
You want them to go over there and smash?
I need to go back and show the world what it is, bro. I'm
He
sorry,
said, pay
bro.
them also, bro.
Because
Everybody.
bro, it's the thing for me is we shouldn't have lost that shit anyway. And it's like I feel like this gives those kids a chance to look, y'all ain't it. Don't walk into these tournaments thinking you it. Because now us old dudes got to go dust off our shoes and get up out our seat and go save y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Messing my summer plans up. I'm sure I should be in Turks.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it's good to see, because it's good to see that regardless of how competitive the NBA is and how it is nowadays, that these superstars are still willing to all come together and play for their country. I feel like every other country takes pride in playing for their country. I feel that USA superstars are so prideful into their self that sometimes they forget about their country. At the end of the day, we live here. We were born here. We're raised here. We live in the land of the home and the free and the brave, how they say, even though it's not always like that. And we could talk about that another time. But at the end of the day, we have a lot of luxuries over here. And I really feel that it gives a chance for them to show that they're still down for the country. And honestly, I wouldn't mind watching NBA All-Star game all throughout the Olympics, because that's pretty much what it's gonna be. Niggas bouncing the ball high, catching oops and hella shit. and I ain't mad, because at the end of the day, you know, he brings Steph out so Steph can get his goal, but also Steph can show all you bum ass niggas he's the best guard in the league. Stop playing with me, bro.
Hey man, the only thing I say is 2028 is the time I'm going to be worried. That's when I will be worried.
Yeah,
I'm not
me too.
worried about 2024 in the Olympics. Like I said, 90%, 85, 95, 90% chance that they'll win it, regardless of who they take. But the 2028 is when I'm gonna be worried. I'm gonna be worried in 2028.
I'm just worried because besides the KDs, LeBrons, D-Book, Stephs, the other superstars in our league are overseas and European people.
That's what I'm saying. So like the Jason Tatum, he should be the leader of this group. You know what I mean? The Jason Tatums.
Him and Brown. They both should have played.
Devin Booker, they should be the leader of this group going into 2024. But they're not. And he's going to be coming off the bench again. So I don't know how they're going to be ready in 2028. So that's why I say 2028 is when I feel like we really going to have a run for our money. So we're going to see.
But I just want to see one more, though, so I can.
One more, okay. Let him smack everybody up one more time. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I need some highlights. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need something to talk about.
Yeah. Let's end on this, man. Coach Prime got another dub. You know, we team Colorado over here. Like I said, my uncle and my cousin played for Colorado. So Colorado State had a lot to say. Their coach, he had a lot to say, and he said, you know, when you talk to adults, you're supposed to take your hat and your shades off. But I don't know where he's from, but Coach Prime is one of one, and you cannot duplicate one of one. So we're gonna put our shades on because we ride with Colorado, and they 3 touchdown favorites, and I hope they dog them boys on Saturday.
Hey, first of all, little brother don't tell big brother how to dress. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. Second of all, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you mad, bro?
What you mad about? My man, because Prime out here bringing something to the league that y'all ain't got.
He brought his Louis.
Come on, B. You coaching Colorado State. I ain't never put money on Colorado State to win a goddamn thing in my life, bro. Let's get up out of here, man. But for me, man, it just sucks to the fact that now people know how good the team is, so now they got to figure out other ways to try to bring them down. And that's just so sad. But it's okay. Hey, Prime, you know we rocking with you. I'm gonna need you to go out there and put a 40 piece on these boys. You know what I'm saying? And let them know what it is. yo, this is not it. And I hope all y'all after the victory come out with the shades and let you know, hey, Prime, like I try to get something to match you. All gold.
I'm gonna get the real primes next time. I'm gonna get the real
one.
But I promise you, talking about them boys is not the way to beat them. That's not the way. You just gotta stay quiet, show up on Saturday, and just hope you just fly under the radar. This is not the way to get their attention. But they got Oregon and USC next week, so maybe I don't know. They still gonna dog them by 25 though. They still are
easily. That's an easy dub. I put money on that last week. Right. Hey, but on some real to the Colorado State coach, I'm gonna say this with the most respect that I can. Stay in your motherfucking lane. Nigga. Nobody was talking about you. Nobody was concerned about you. Now you made yourself a national headline to turn around and get this work.
ESPN there, First Take, College Game Day, bro. You got everybody out there now.
Yeah.
Like look what you did. That's your fault.
The horrible thing about it is you better score with your backup quarterback that you got because your first quarterback is hurt. You better score because if you don't score, it's gonna be even worse.
Talk about it. Bro, I'm telling you.
For me, it's just they love to kick a black man when he's down and when he's up and he's down, to be honest. But hey, and I don't want to make this a racial thing, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't be talking about somebody that's winning and you ain't winning. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Let him run his program how he wants. Obviously, it's working, and he's making good men. If there's one thing I've noticed about Prime, he strives to make good men, no matter how he makes them. And I can tell that he's learned from his experiences of his mistakes and his blunders that he made, and he has turned around and he's decided to embark that on these young men. And at the end of the day, if he's building character, man, why are you here to hate, man? Let my man rock his shades and wear his hoodie if he wants to.
That's what it's about, though, because these are kids at the end of the day, and he's helping them. He took a lot of kids from Jackson State over here to Colorado. Like, they're gonna get degrees from the University of Colorado. You know, that is a big deal. That is a big deal, and they're gonna have a lot more connections. This is a really good opportunity that he has in front of these kids, man. So salute to Dion, man. I don't see how you can hate on this. I really don't. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
There's not one way that you can win. There's so many other ways, and he's opening doors for a lot of people and different ways of how you can attack being a good program. So again, man, we salute you, dog. We salute you.
We salute you, Dion, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep uplifting the young black man in this culture, because at the end of the day, there's not a lot of guidance for people like us. And I've been listening to a lot of the stories that they've been putting out about you and saying, like, the things you've been doing, like how the one kid on your team, you know, his father's incarcerated and you've been, taking on the wing as a son. Like, just those type of things mean a lot to me and just to all those people that never really grew up in black culture and kind of how it is. Yeah, there's some of us that have hard roads, don't have fathers and things like that. And it takes a man like what Dion's being to set some of these young black men that you are admired on the right path. And you shouldn't be knocking that. You should be supporting that. So
it's personal now. Like he says, it's personal.
Personal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with that being said, man, we had another great episode. I love the fact that I appreciate everybody that's been listening. The feedback we've been getting is just amazing.
Yes, sir.
And I love it. I'm always going to say I appreciate y'all first. I want to give y'all a couple of heads up things to expect. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be at the Charger game to do some things, but your boy got to support his brother, having his first little one coming soon. So I'll be there. But y'all going to see us at these games soon. As you see us, make sure you stop by, get an interview. You might catch yourself on the episode. You know how it's going to go. But hey, man, that being said, before we get out of here, Jeremy, you got anything for the people?
That's it, man. Like I said, like Roche said, we appreciate everybody that listens. Again, we just getting started with this, and we excited, to just represent, us and do it our way. There's a lot of podcasts out there, but again, we appreciate everybody that listens.
Yeah, definitely. With that being said, y'all, we love y'all. You know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. YouTube people, turn them notifications on. Everybody turn them notifications on to get with the boys. You know what it is. This is the click that you love. This is no more timeouts. And with that being said, boy, we checking out. Peace.